Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the RWS DTM Connection season number 5. And today we have round 2. And as you can see on the upper right of the screen right now, it's going to be at Suzuka. One of the favorites for every driver. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to have, hey, Domi Martini. Welcome to the chat. And here we've got Spikle as well. Thanks for joining. And yeah, can't read any French. It's going to be difficult for me to understand that, but maybe a little bit of a translation would help. I'm going to see it, and you can ask me anything, what you want. We do know that, as you can see below me right now, you can see that the fuel is going to be times 3, and the tire wear is going to be times 3 as well during the race. Now for this one, we're going to have a 10-minute qualifier, and that's going to determine, of course, the starting order. Now soon we're going to start, so we have to round up quickly, and it's going to be a 27-lap race. As we can see right now, right on screen, at the top, you can see practice, qualifier of 10 minutes, and a race of 27 laps. Now, right now, we have already 10 participants in the lobby, but I believe there have to be 14. We are missing a couple of them. We've seen Ono, Asylum, Rat K, Diabolo, Apex is here, Le Doc June, Ludo Racer, Bo we have, and there comes another one in. We have Auto Opa, Gamer, and who we're missing? We're missing Steak at the moment. And there comes Tresgol, of Tresegol. How do I pronounce that? My favorite is Philoxeter. True legend. True. But he's in League A. So Sokai's TV, or Soki's TV, is going to stream that one. Yeah, we're cooking some popcorn. And I'm ready. Me as well. But let me get you to the main lobby settings. As we can see, we're in round 2, of course. I told you. And soon we're going to start a qualifier. Already going to put on my headset to make sure we at least can hear everything on screen. The game capture. And now, of course, everybody's still practicing at the moment. And we're still missing out 3 guys. I haven't seen Ixus 99. Steak, and who else do we miss? Tremboul? I haven't seen Tremboul. Oh, let's quickly see that. But I wanted to tell you about the standings as well. Right now, sorry about that. We wanted to show you that as the latest. Right now, in League B, we have... I made myself a greasy frozen pizza. Says Spikle. This is going to be good. Let me do it over here so you can see it over here. Let's do it that way as well. Let's get to the first one. As you can see on the right side of your screen, we've got Bo in the lead in League B. Then we've got Gamer in second. Then we've got Red K in third. Oh, it's going way too quickly. That's not what I meant. Let's pause it for a second. And we've got Ono in third, Tresegol. Do I pronounce that correctly? How do I pronounce that? Spell it out for me, or put it in syllables. Now, in what is it? 6th, we have Diabolo. Then we have Apex, Asylum, Tremboul, Ludo Racer. Then Auto Opa. And then we have Le Doc June, Steak, and Ixios. But we're missing quite some guys so far. We're only with 11 in the lobby out of 14 there should be. But let's go to the second screen. We're going to show you that. The overall standings, we've got Jelly Racer in the lead for Inferno. Then for CXT, we have C6. And then a second for Inferno as well, Nick Regier. And in fourth, we have Exocet for RWS. Then in shared fourth place, or fifth place both, we have Bo from DMC. Then for Inferno, we have Berger in 6th, and overall RWS closing the top 7 with Kane GVA. Hey, Michiel, welcome. welcome to the chat. And for the third overall standings, we have the teams. Now we can see that Inferno Team 1 and Team 2 are 1 and 2. Then in second we have RWS Team 1. And then in fourth we have Team Yazuka. Wow, I can't read that. Team Yazusa Racing, I believe. And then we have RWS Esports Team 2. And then behind that, we can see in sixth, Track Gravity. And then shared sixth place with Team DMC. Then we have BAM Racing. And behind that, RDT and Project D Sim Racing. Thanks, Michiel. I'm doing Lobby B at the moment. We're going to be ready, by the way, and grab the controller to make sure we're ready for qualifying. And of course, we're going to start pretty soon. But as you can see, that's the overall team standing. And then we have another one. And that's the overall standings by nation. And with that, the Netherlands is leading at the moment. And in second, we have the Belgium drivers. In third, we have the French drivers. And then in fourth, the Swiss and German drivers together. And in fifth, we have... Oh, we're going to start in a minute. Oh, it's going to be perfect. Then in fifth place, we have the North American drivers, all together with the 250 points. Then the South American drivers in sixth. And in seventh, we have the South European drivers. So with all that being said, let's make sure we can see all the participants. Let's get rid of that. Now we can see we've got 12 right now. Are we up to 14 already? No, only 12. We've got Steak, by the way, at the moment. Who else do we miss? Tremboul? I haven't seen Tremboul, as you can see. We're missing him. And who else do we miss? Ixuis. Ixuis and Tremboul are not competing today, I believe. But okay. That's going to be unfortunate if you're going to miss out on this one. And yeah, let's slowly get ready for the race. First of all, of course, we're going to have a qualifier of 10 minutes. And that's going to start pretty soon. So we're going to get ready. And ask questions. If you have questions, please do in the chat. I do read them. I can see them on my left-hand side. And if something happens, what I missed, notify me as well. Can't see everything on my own. Doing my best, but yeah, of course, you can miss something. And Ixuis and Tremboul absent ce soir. As you can see, those two are absent. Hey, Jelly for the win. RG Ruben, welcome to the chat. Yeah, if you want to see him win, you have to go to Lobby A for this one. You can, Spikle, you can go to Sokai's TV. Let me spell that out for you. Then if you want to see Lobby A, you have to go to this one. He's going to do Lobby A, I'm going to do Lobby B, and probably next time I'm going to do Lobby A again. So excuse me for that, but we change from time to time. But Fluxeter and Jelly will be in that race. So you're welcome, Spikle. Sorry you have to leave, but hey, I can understand. But let's quickly get into the game. Let's show you that. And here we have it. Let's go immediately to VCam. We've got everything on. And as you can see on the top, we've got everything ready for the race. And you can see that's going to be fuel times 3 and tire wear times 3. That's going to be the same for qualifying. And this is round 2, of course. At Suzuka, we see that Diabolo is out first in Lobby B. And he's driving for... Let me search for that. Can we see it? DU? We can check out the lobbies. Oh, he's racing for BAM Racing. Yeah. Nice aggressive livery. Then second out, we've got... we have Gamer out first. And Gamer is in the Project D. Racing for Project D in the Mercedes. Got Apex out first. There we go for RWS in the purple RWS Motorsport livery in the GTR. In second we have for BAM Racing Diabolo. And then in third for RDT we have Asylum. Then in fourth out there for Inferno we have Ono. Inferno Motorsport. Beautiful livery, if I say so. And for Sapphire Racing we have Red Key in the Mercedes AMG as well. 6 we have Tresgul for RDT as well. In the Lamborghini, that's a handful, that car. Another GTR for not Inferno Motorsport but DMC. Dutch Motorsport Coaching. Then in 8 out of the pit we've got another BAM racer. That's Steak. And then for Tours we have Ludo Racer, team of Rising Sparks. Then we have Le Doc June. What? Then 11th out we've got for Project D G-Man Gamer, and then for DMC as well we've got Auto Opa. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see what they can produce. Apex out first. Go Team BAM, says Dark Chris. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, BAM, they're really good. Really, really good guys. Let's see what Apex can produce. The first lap out. Do remember in qualifying you can only use one set of soft tires. You can't go into the pit and use another one. And remember the weather is on random as well, so it can rain. Now we've got Apex out first on the softs, Diabolo as well, and Asylum. And that's why I said you can only choose one time the soft tires. Asylum, and I think Ono, and I think Red Key, and I think Tresgul, Bo, Steak. Oh, Ludo Racer! What a moment over there into Spoon. He's on the soft tires, but do you remember that? Oh, did he just jump back to? No, he didn't. Let's see first of all what Apex can produce on his soft tires. His first lap is at 2:01.9. Let's see Diabolo. He's only a 100ths away, and there we can see Race Asylum coming in, and that's probably going to be the same for everybody else on mediums. No, they're going to do a full lap on mediums, and after that they're going to come in. We can see that Steak does the same, only one out lap, and then immediately to the soft tires, and that's what I meant. You want to do that. Why? On that medium tire you're gonna burn fuel, and after that when you put on the soft tires you're gonna put in a faster lap. So that's why they wanted that, and we can see that on the medium tires is the fastest. Oh, so it wasn't really a good lap from Apex, who's in second right now, already on the racing softs. And then we have Diabolo in third, only that 100ths behind Apex. Then we've got Red K in fourth on the racing mediums. Then we've got Bo on the racing mediums in fifth, only about 4/10ths behind. A little bit further back there we've got J-Man Gamer, also on the racing mediums. And then we have Le Doc June on the racing mediums as well. And they're all gonna do a full lap, a full racing lap. And after that they're gonna come in. Oh, half-second penalty for Le Doc June. He's going to let J Gamer go. There he goes. A little bit further back there we have Tresgul on the racing mediums at the moment. And is going to do the exact same strategy as all the others. the Opa still on the racing mediums as well. A little bit further back, Ludo Racer on those soft tires. Ooh, he still has to produce a fast lap. Because last lap, of course, he spun in Spoon. Yeah, go Steak, go Diabolo. Definitely. Let's go! And Asylum on those race soft tires at the moment. So is Steak. But let's see, here comes Diabolo, and as I told you, Ono was going to come in right now. And ooh, a half-second penalty for Apex. That's going to be difficult to improve after this one. Oi, 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 oi. Did he improve the last lap? No, he did not. And then we have Red K in, Bo in, J Gamer is going to come in. And we're going to have Le Dog June in. All going to switch to those soft tires. So let's see, Diabolo is going to continue on those soft tires. So does Apex. These guys cannot switch anymore to new soft tires. And Diabolo improved quite a bit. That's good. That's decent. And so did Ludo Racer. Finally put in the lap. Let's see a little bit further back. There we have Tresgoul. Let's see all the way up front. There we have Diabolo. Apex in front of him, but he has that half-second penalty. And let's see a little bit further back. There we have Ono, finally on those soft tires. Here he comes, here he goes. But it's still the out lap. That's going to be the same for the number 5 at the moment, Red K. Bo behind that as well. Oh, no, oh. Somebody on a fast lap behind him. He's going to let him pass. Yes, that's... Ooh, the number 12? Yes, Steak. Let's see how he's going to perform. We can't see the improvement at the moment. And soon they're going to end. Well, let's see at least Steak. And I believe not Ludo Racer, but Asylum is a little bit further up the road. He's on his fast lap as well. And everybody else who just pitted needs to start his fast lap. Ooh, he's going to get a little bit of a tow over here. A distant tow. And he's a second below the fastest lap so far. Let's see how far this will take him. That's going to be near the nearly to the 195 marker. Here he comes out of the Casio triangle towards the line, and it's going to be a 2:02, a 2-minute flat 0.2. Ludo Racer in, and you can't switch to another set of soft tires. You can't do that. Let's keep an eye out if he's going to do that. But let's get all the way up front to Ono. Ono is going to be the first one off the stoppers, because we have, of course, Apex and Diabolo already on those soft tires, but they're burnt, they're done, they're over. It's going to be the same for Apex. He had that half-second penalty. Can they still improve? No improvement. So let's get to Ono. He's going to be the first one over the line. After drivers with new, fresh, soft tires. Red K just behind him. And let's see what kind of improvement he can put in. Both in the Mercedes AMG. And that's purple with 1/10. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Here he comes. Oh, a bit of a wiggle coming out of the hairpin. And there we have from race of RDT Asylum. But let's first see what Ono can produce. Into Spoon. Let's see if Steak can improve as well. Oh, he's over there. Okay. He's going to come over the line later than Ono. This is going to be immediately the last lap for everybody. So I think 2 of them already crossed the line. And Ono is 4th and purple. Oi, 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 oi. That's going to be a good one. Into the Casio triangle. A little bit deep. A little bit of a mistake over there from Ono. Oi, 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 oi. Aye. It comes out of the Casio triangle onto the main straight. Keeps that short line, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be enough. But is Red K going to improve? No, he's not. Not faster than Ono. Let's see a little bit further back there. We have Race Asylum. Let's see Steak. Steak is the next one over the line. And then we're going to skip to the number 11 and let's see what he can produce. Steak, here he comes. Can he improve and skip another? No. Here comes the number 11. And after that, no. Here we have the number 8. Hey, Bo! Bo, the leader of this Group B so far. Oh, there comes J Gamer. Oh, just missed him. Here comes Le Doc June. The number 10 so far. Let's see how far he can improve, and a bit of a wiggle over there from Audi Opa out of the Casio Triangle. Here it comes, no improvement for him, but maybe Audi Opa will. Yes, the 10th. And let's see for Tours. Here we have Ludo Racer in 7th. Oi, 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 oi. At the last moment, Bo from DMC, already the championship leader in League B, just took it over the line. Take a look at that. Beautifully done. What a lap from him. A 159.7. More than 2.5 tenths loose from Ono. And then in 3rd place we have Red K. In 4th place we have Asylum. In 5th place we have J-Man Gamer. Then we have Steak for BAM Racing. BAM Sim Racing. Hey, Michiel, DMC. Dutch Motorsport Coaching. Yes. On top again. Really, really, really good job from Bo. Then for Tours in 7th we have Ludo Racer. Then Diabolo for BAM Racing as well. And if we go to the next page, we can see that Apex is in 9th. Started, of course, on those soft tires. Wasn't the smartest choice. And in 10th we have DMC Audi Opa. Then we have Le Doc June in 11th. And for RDT Tresgoul finishing up all the way at the back. Oh. Now soon we're going to start. Yeah, definitely a good qualifier. Here we can see how they would line up. And we're going to start already. Here we're going to go. Oh, it's going to go a little bit too quick. Let me go quickly to the race and let's see me put on the settings. And let's see a little bit further back. Here we're going to go. We're going to have a standing start. And who's going to start on which? We have Red K and everybody on the racing medium so far. And 5 red lights out and it's go. And it's a good start from Ono. Ono immediately tries to overtake Bo for the lead. And there comes Red K as well. Those Mercedes are really fast off the line. And here they're going to go side by side. And there comes J Gamer as well. We can see nearly all the Mercedes. Oh, and a little bit of a wiggle and a bit of a shenanigans a little bit further back. Here we have DMC Audi Opa in 7th already. I don't like this camera perspective. Put on another one, please. But let's see all the way up front. We have Ono in the lead right now. Bo, who lost it from pole position. Red K in 3rd. Then we have J Gamer in 4th. Then we have Asylum in 5th. Into the S's of Suzuka. A little bit further back there we have Steak 6th right now for BAM Racing. Then DMC Audi Opa. And then Apex already in 8th. Wow, beautiful start from him. Then we have Diabolo from BAM Racing. Dropped a little bit because he went wide in the first corner. We have that locked in. We can watch the replay. Then we have Ludo Racer. And then Le Doc June and still Tresgoul all the way at the back. But let's see up front. Here we go. It's going to be a tight and a long race. And it's going to be a tight battle, and let's see, Red K is firing up behind Bo. And there is a difference in car, but let's see all those tires as well. We have Ono on the racing mediums. Then we have Bo on the racing mediums and Red K on the racing mediums. J-Man Gamer as well on the racing mediums. Behind that, Asylum as well. Audi Opa as well. And the first one on the hard tires is for BAM Racing. That's Steak. Behind that, we've got Apex on the hard tires as well. Diabolo for BAM Racing. And Ludo Races on the mediums. And then we have Doc June on the racing hards. And at the back, Tresgoul on the mediums as well. And that's probably going to be a couple of overtakes for Ludo Racer and Tresgoul. But let's get all the way up front. I want to see that fight for the lead. Here comes Bo. Looks as quick and maybe even quicker than Ono. Who's in the lead? Here comes a move from Red K into the Casio Triangle on the inside of Bo. Wow, what a move. But couldn't make it stick. Coming out of here. That's going to lose them time. And it looks hazy out there. Do remember, weather is on random. And here they're going to go. Is that going to be 2 wide, 3 wide towards corner number 1? Red K is firing up. Bo is put up a defensive line into the first corner. That's going to be difficult to defend to attack on the outside over there. You're always going to be pushed wide. And that's beautifully defended by Bo. coming out of there, and you can see that Arno immediately builds up a gap, and that Asylum is slowly catching them. And we can see that Auda Opa is already in 6th place, but with a half-second penalty. What happened to Diabolo? Did something happen to him? Did I miss that? And let's see, he's on the Racing Hearts, but Tresgoul is already in 8th. Wow, from last place all the way up front. Let's see if we can catch this, because I think there was a lot of shenanigans, and it's all done and dusted already over here. So sorry about that I missed it. What happened at the back? Because right now we have Tresgoul in 8th place, Ludo Racer already in 9th, then in 10th, and Stake all the way at the back right now in 11th, together with Apex. Something happened over there. Something happened. I've missed it. Sorry about that, guys. But let's get all the way up front again. Too busy to watch this one. I think into the Casio triangle, most likely. And let's see a little bit further back. Yeah, that fight for 2nd place is on between Red K and Bo. But let's keep an eye out for all the others as well. Here we have Auda Opa, and there is a fight for 4th place between J Gamer and Asylum. Asylum passed him, didn't he? Yes, he did. Mistake from J Gamer as well. Let's see a little bit further back, as there is a huge gaggle of cars behind Diabolo, and Tresgoul is closing up on those racing mediums compared to Diabolo on the Racing Hearts. And then we have Ludo Racer on the racing mediums as well, and we can see that Le Doc June is on the Racing Hearts, losing a lot of time. Stake as well, and Apex. A lot of shenanigans happening, and a lot of things happened over there in that first lap, and we missed half of it. Meine Güte. Okay, let's continue, and there is a defensive line yet again from, let's get on board with Red K. Here he comes, he tries it on the inside, but he's going to push onto the grass, and he tries it. Let's see if he can make it. Oh, Bo goes a little bit wide because of that move. Holy shit, balls of fire. That went on, and he's having huge difficulties to get back on track again. We have a half-second penalty for J-Man Gamer. Oh, everything is happening left, right, and center. Meine Güte, let's see that replay and let's quickly watch it back. We could see that, oh, there was a fight as well for 3rd place. Let's get on board. Oh, sorry. Here we can see that Red K spooked Bo, and Bo braked a little bit too late onto the AstroTurf. Going out of there, and you can't get back on track over here. There goes Asylum, there goes J-Man Gamer. Oy, 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 oy. Let's quickly see how far he dropped back. Still behind J Gamer. And yet again for Auda Opa, another half-second penalty. Everything happening at the same time, but we can see, meanwhile, Arno is gone. 1.9 seconds lead over Red K, both on the racing mediums. Then we have Asylum in 3rd place. And a little bit further back, there we have J-Man Gamer. Probably is going to lose that 4th place to Bo. But of course, started on pole position, right now in 5th place, especially because of that mistake into the first corner. Got a bit spooked by Red K. Now we have Auda Opa with yet again a half-second penalty, but a nice start in 6th place for DMC. And a little bit further back, the first driver on the Racing Hard Tires, Diabolo, for BAM Racing. He can do a really long stint over here. And then we have Tresgoul. And do remember, we have to use all tires. So the racing softs, mediums, and hard. And here we have Tresgoul on those racing mediums, both in the Lamborghini, and puts up a bit of a defensive line. Diabolo goes a little bit deep, and if Tresgoul has a good exit, he can fight it into the first corner. He has more grip coming out of the Casio triangle onto the main straight, but didn't make that work. Now we've got Ludo Racer for Tors on the racing mediums as well. A little bit further back, Le Doc June, and then Stake and Apex all the way at the back. Both with troubles on the first lap. Oi, go team, BAM, Diabolo, and Stake. Yes, Dodin. Now Red K still in 2nd place, but already 2.2 seconds behind the race leader, Arno. And where are the fights? And we can see that indeed Bo passed J Gamer because of the half-second penalty. Then we have Auda Opa in sort of no man's land at the moment, at the beginning, 4 laps in. And here we have that fight. Oh, we could see that Tresgoul went a little bit wide into Dagna 1 towards Dagna 2. He should have the advantage over Diabolo, because Diabolo was on the hard tires, and Tresgoul and Ludo Racer out on the mediums. Whoa, a bit deep from Ludo Racer over there. And let's see if there are any other big fights so far. Oh, this is the closest battle we have. A bit chaotic in the beginning. A lot of shenanigans, and all the hard drivers, or the drivers on the hard tires, dropped back, except Diabolo. He did a really good job to hold it together. Oh, huge drift coming out of Spoon over there. Be careful with those hard tires, because if they overheat, you can't really cool them. They're difficult to cool. Into 100R towards the Casio triangle, and Tresgoul goes a little bit wide. That's going to be difficult. Here comes Ludo Racer on the outside, and Tresgoul thinks better of it. That's perfectly thought of. Whoa, and he spins out. No, 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 into the wall. Luckily, no damage, but... Oi, 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 oi. No, 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 no. And he's going to drop back behind Steak and Apex as well, I think. Yes. Is this immediately going to be a stop for him? Is this going to be an alternative? No. Let's see that again. Here he comes. Out of 130R, a little bit too wide. Let's get on board with him. Chase Cam Few, and was a little bit too eager on the throttle after the curbs with dirty tires. Into the wall, luckily no damage, but... Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, somebody else is off. Who was off at corner number 1? We don't know, we couldn't see. Maybe it was Le Doc June. He's all over the place. Let's go a little bit further up front, and I believe the fight is over here. Yes, it is, between Bo and Asylum, between DMC and RDT. And Bo was oh, whoa, 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 nearly losing it, coming out of the hairpin into 200R. That's this long curving street. Weird to see, right? A curving street, but it's full throttle, and it has a radius of 200 degrees. That's why it's 200R. Into Spoon, coming out of Spoon, Asylum a little bit wide, and Bo early on the throttle. Let's see if he immediately can catch him before 130R. If you can't, you have to yield, because you can't put in only a nose. Here they come into 130R, a little bit wide from Bo. Oh, that's going to be difficult to get onto the brakes. Be careful you don't hit him at the back. You've got dirty tires. Now let's run you through the field. It's quite spread out. Well, we can see a fight a little bit further back. It's between Diabolo and Ludo Racer. Ludo Racer, of course, on the mediums, and Diabolo still on those racing hards. He's going to do a really long stint. But let's run you through the order. Here we are. And we can see that Red K is slowly reeling in Arno, because Arno was only 1.6, now 1.5 seconds ahead of Red K in second. Red K slowly catching him, and is better on tires as well, but not better on fuel. That's going to be interesting. Now in third place we have Asylum, closely followed by Bo, both on the racing mediums as well. And then we have J-Man Gamer in fifth, the Canadian driver for Project D. And a little bit further back, DMC Auto Opa, also on the racing mediums. And the first one on the racing hards is Diabolo for BAM Racing, and Ludo Racer from Team of Rising Sparks is all over the back of him, but has a bit of a difficulty with the dirty air. And then further back we have Le Doc June with the racing hard tires, doing a reasonable job, trying to keep that gap as close as possible to the leaders, but we can see that stake. And, oh, there is a bit of a mistake last lap from Le Doc June. 207, that's not good. Not good at all. And then we see Stake and Apex all the way at the back, both driving in the 203s. And we can see that Apex is faster than Stake. And all the way at the back, by the way, sorry about that, is Tresgoul, of course, with that spin coming out of the Casio triangle on racing mediums. Now let's see that fight for first place. Oh, we have that fight for third place. Here it comes. Bo tries it on the inside, tries to put Asylum a little bit under pressure into the Casio triangle. RDT versus DMC. Here they are. And we can see that Asylum had a good exit out of the Casio triangle onto the main street. little bit further back, we have that fight for 7th place as well between Diabolo and Ludo Racer. And there's not going to be a pass over here, but whoa, Bo is way faster into the first corner. They're glued together right now. Bo is underneath that rear wing of that BMW, and let's see a little bit further back. And Ludo Racer probably made a bit of a mistake coming out of the Casio triangle because he's way further back than he normally was. So let's get back to the fight for 3rd place. Here we are. A bit confusing because Bo has the number 3 on the side of the car and the number 1 on the hood. You should adapt that. And we can see these way faster coming out of there, and here they come towards the hairpin. Is he going to dive to the inside? He can make that move. Oh, he does not. And is that a defensive line from Asylum? I don't know. Let's get on board with him. Let's see how close he is and how close he can get. Already 6.4 seconds behind the leader. Soon we're going to watch that gap as well because it's coming. It's closing the gap between the number 1 and number 2. Is he going to dive to the inside into Spoon? No, he's not. A little bit further back, we have no real fights anymore. We can definitely see that Bo is faster than Asylum, but can he make that move? Can he? And if he can, where will he do it? He's trying to have a look at 130R, but it's probably going to go a little bit wide. No, into the Casio triangle, too far back. Oh, Asylum a little bit deep. Let's see if this is going to be the move on the main straight. Here he comes. Let's get on board with him. Let's go chase Camp Few with Asylum. Here comes Bo. Is he going to dive to the inside? Is there going to be a defensive move from Asylum? No, here he comes, Bo, to the inside. He breaks leader. And is he going to run too wide? He's definitely going to run too wide. Oh, yo. Is this going to be a spin for Bo? No, he holds it together, but barely holds it together. That's the second mistake into the first corner for Bo, the championship leader in Pool B. Oh, yo. And that cost him a heap of time again. Oh, yo. Dirty tires right now. J-Man Gamer right on his tail. Boy, I should have just braked a little bit earlier and should have gone side by side. When you've got the inside of the first corner, you can claim the corner. Then it's yours. Oh, unfortunate. Hopefully he can get away from J-Man Gamer and won't be attacked, but he's probably gonna be into the hairpin. Here they come, side by side, and that's a good defensive move. Coming out of here, a huge wiggle wobble over there, and J-Man Gamer tries it on the outside, but that's definitely not gonna be the best line unless he has real overspeed. They're still side by side, and they're gonna go side by side towards Spoon. Still side by side. This is gonna be J-Man Gamer's move, and Bo tries to outbrake him, but that's gonna be difficult for the next one. Still side by side. Take a look at that. These guys are fighting it out. Half a lap already, side by side. Onto the back straight, and will J-Man Gamer go for that move in 130R? Oh, yo. And J-Man Gamer now feels that dirty air, and it's difficult to follow in 130R because it's not full throttle. And let's see that move into the first corner again. Here we are. Let's get on board with Bo. And let's see that he outbreaks himself a little bit too much. Goes a little bit too deep, a little bit too wide on that AstroTurf. Nearly spins out. Holds it together, but loses a heap of time. And we can see that he pulled out a bit of a gap over J-Man Gamer. And let's get all the way up front because that fight for the lead is on. It's only 1.1 seconds, 1.2 right now. And we can see that tire wear is the same, and Red K just about used a bit more fuel, but they're quite even, both in the Mercedes, as you can see at the bottom. Now let's see a little bit further back. Asylum still in third right now, of course. Bo still in fourth, barely. Oh, don't go too deep. in Dagner 1, because then it's going to pull you out and you're going to get a half-second penalty for that. J-Man Gamer probably is going to overtake him. Bo is asking too much of that car. He's overdriving at the moment. We can see that Oude Opa still in the clutches, or still in the fight for 4th place. That's going to be an amazing result for him. A little bit further back, finally we have Ludo Racer in 7th place, past Le Doc June, who's in 8th on the Racing Hearts. Then we have Diabolo in 8th place right now, 9th place, already made his first pit stop onto the Racing Soft Tires. And we've got Tresgood still on the Racing Mediums, and we see that Apex already made his pit stop as well in 11th. And then we have Steak on the Racing Mediums, made his pit stop as well. So those 1, 2, 3, three guys already made a pit stop. And Oude Opa is off track in 7th right now. No. What did you do? You were so solidly in place number 6. Let's see a replay of that. Oh, that is shenanigans, and there is a contact over there. A lot of damage for Oude Opa. What happened? Did he make a mistake already? How did they come together? I should have put in a longer replay, then we could have seen it. But Oude Opa definitely has to come in, because else he can't repair that damage, and you have to drive with that damage. We can see Le Doc June is in as well. And will Tresgoul come in as well? Okay, we got to reset. We've got in the lead, only 7 tenths in front, Ono of Red K. Then we've got Asylum, J-Man Gamer, now in 4th place because Bo had that penalty. All on the Racing Mediums, still on the Racing Mediums. Then we've got Thor's Ludo Racer in 6th. And then the first stopper is Diabolo, right now on the soft tires. Then we have Tresgoul still on those Racing Mediums. Is going to continue, and we can see that Apex is closing up to number 8. That's going to be a nice fight. Half-worn Racing Mediums versus new soft tires. And we can see Oude Opa already made a stop on the towards the Racing Mediums yet again. Le Doc June on the Racing Mediums and Steak on the Racing Mediums. But let's get to that fight between Apex. Here he comes already on the inside of Dunlop towards the 2 Dagners. And there is no contest between the racing half-worn Racing Mediums and the Racing Soft Tires. Beautifully done by Apex. In 8th right now. Now let's see, when will those leaders come in? Because right now they're coming up to the Casio Triangle, into the Casio Triangle, out of the Casio Triangle. And no pit stop yet for both, but we can see the gap is only 6 tenths. This is going to heat up. That is not going to be a move yet. So let's see a little bit further back. We have J-Man Gamer coming in for his first scheduled pit stop. Now we've got Bo back in 4th place, but already 12.4 seconds behind the leader. Mainly lost because of those 2 mistakes into the first corner with defending and an overtake. And we can see, let's see, Diabolo as well. Will he overtake J-Man Gamer? J-Man Gamer is not refueling yet. He's on the soft tires, of course, right now, Diabolo. And yet again, a fastest lap of him. That's 2 in a row. And yes, he's going to pass him, definitely. And we can see that J-Man Gamer is filling up all the way to the edge. He's going to come out on the Racing Hard tires. But he's going to be in front of Apex. But do remember, Apex is on those soft tires. That's a good recovery drive so far. Now let's see a little bit further back. We have Tresgoul still on those Racing Mediums. Oude Opa, of course, with that contact. Together with Ludo Racer. Now on the Racing Mediums, repaired that damage. And then we have Le Doc June on the Racing Mediums. And all the way at the back we have Steak for BAM Racing. Well, here is that fight for the lead. Will they come in this lap? Oh, we can see that Red K is way, way better on the braking. I wanted to say, but that's not better on the braking. That's braking too late. And he lost a lot of time over there. Went way too deep in the Casio triangle. Luckily didn't hit Arno. But that was... he outbraked himself quite heavily over there. Let's see that again. Let's get on board. Here he comes. He missed 130R, and then you got dirty tires, and whoa, nearly into the back of Arno. Meine Güte. Still kept it together, but that cost him more than a second compared to Arno. Let's see if we have any other big fights. Let's see that fight with Apex. Apex is already past J-Man Gamer. Those soft tires doing their job, being fast, driving 201s. That's quick. And we can see that Diabolo is even doing a better job. Oh, he's cutting half of the S's over there. What the hell? What kind of line is that? He's using the curbs to turn the car. I don't think that's the best way to do it, but... okay. And that is purple for the purple RWS car. Slowly building up. Do we have any other big fights? Let's see that fight for the lead again. Already came down to a full second at this moment. Will they come in this lap? Still gonna continue, both of them. Who will blink first out of these two? Who will blink first? Let's see a little bit further back. Here we've got Asylum. Here we've got Bo. And we've got Ludo Razor. The whole top 5 didn't stop yet. Do remember that. Then we've got Diabolo. The first one off the stoppers went from racing hards to racing softs. Then we've got, Apex goes a little bit wide over there. That's going to be difficult for braking towards the chicane. Made it perfectly. Okay, good. Then we've got J-Man Gamer, went from the mediums to the hard tires. Behind that, we have Tresgul, still on the racing mediums, didn't stop yet. Then we have Auto Opa, made that pit stop to repair damage as well. We have Le Dog June, went from hard to mediums. And that's the same for Steak, all the way at the back. So right now, the fight for the lead is the closest fight we have. Do we? No, a little bit further back. I believe that is that fight between Le Dog June and Steak. We're not close enough. 0.5 of a second. And a 1.1 gap between the number 1 and number 2 in the race, Arno and Red K. Into Spoon. And how many laps will they do? How many laps can they last on those medium tires? Are they going to burn them up completely? Because this is lap 13 already. Will they come in at the end of this lap? Or is it going to be the next lap? Let's see what the state of tires. We can see that Arno has a little bit more wear. Why, nearly losing it coming out of 130R. Boy, hot in mouth moment over there. We can see that Red K is a bit better on his tires compared to Arno, and both still are going to continue. Oh, that's interesting. And is both slowly catching Asylum again? And let's see the difference between tires as well. And we can see that they're equal on tire wear and fuel, but the gap is only 3 seconds. Nearly a second a lap faster. Boom. Half a second to a second faster. Let's see a little bit further back. Any other big battles? Yeah, for 11th place between Le Dog June and Steak. Still that half second. And I think the fight for the lead is on at this moment, because we can see that Ratke is right on the tail of Arno. Here they are. It's only half a second, less than half a second. Here we have Ratke. Let's get on board with him. Let's compare lap times as well. Let's see, a 2029 and a 2030, 2029, 2030, all for the last 4 laps of Arno, and 2028, 2038, 2024, 2028. So Ratke is definitely faster at the moment, but right now in the dirty air. Here we coming up to 130R. And will they make a pit stop this lap? Or are they still going to continue another one? I don't think they can make it another one, question mark. Or they're going to choose the shorter line. Will they come in? Yes, here they come. The leaders are in, the number 1 and number 2 in the race. And let's see who's going to put on which tire, because that's going to be the question. Here comes Asylum as well. And let's see Bo as well. So we've got the whole top 4 in. Now we have to wait for Ludo Racer, what he's going to do. And it goes a little bit wide to 130R. Let's see, of course, Arno was going to be the first one to refuel. He had a little bit more fuel compared to Ratke, so that's going to help him. And Ludo Racer is in as well. So everybody, the whole top 5 is in. And let's see how far they are going to refuel. And somebody is out already? No. And here comes Ratke. Yes, he's on the soft tires. He wants that benefit. And let's see. He comes out in first. And then we have Diabolo with completely worn soft tires in second place, and then we have Arno on the Racing Hearts, nearly fueled to let's see about 80%, 90%. Then we have Apex on those worn soft tires, has to come in pretty soon as well. Then we have Asylum on the Racing Hearts, refuel a little bit over 3/4. Then we have Bull on the Racing Hearts as well, fuel a little bit over 3/4 as well. And then we have J-Man Gamer, who already stopped on the Racing Hearts, only 2.5 seconds behind Bull on the Racing Hearts. Then on the Racing Mediums, we have Auto Open. I think he made a bit of a mistake because he underfueled massively. Has to come in for fuel, but his tires are still pretty good. Oh, it goes a little bit wide over there. I think that was some lag. Then we have Le Doc June still in, fighting over 9th place with Stake. Then we have Ludo Racer on the Racing Hearts as well. Tresgoul on the Racing Hearts with a 3-second penalty, crossing the pit lane entry or exit. Oi. That's going to be painful for him. Now let's get back to Diabolo on the completely worn soft tires. Now we have Arno on the Racing Hearts, and Redcake tries to pull out a huge gap, a huge margin, because he's on the Racing soft tires. I think Diabolo and Apex have to come in this lap. They have to make that pit stop. They're out of fuel. You can't make another lap, and especially not with these kind of tires. So here comes Diabolo right now with the fastest lap. He's gonna peel into the right hand side and comes in. There goes Arno again. Let's see Apex. Is he gonna come in as well? Here he comes. Yes. Oh, be careful. That's probably going to be a penalty for him. So that means Asylum and Bo are going to pass those two. And J-Man Gamer as well. Here we are. We're going to pass him. There comes Auto Opa. I told you. He made a bit of a mistake. He was on the Racing Mediums, but underfueled massively. Painful for him. Really painful. Now let's see if Ratke, yes, that's what I thought, is going to put in the fastest lap. Let's get on board with him and watch how this can be done on reasonably low fuel, but especially new Racing soft tires. Here we go in Dagna 2. Nice Apex, and using all of the track on the outside over there. Oh, in Lobby A we have rain. Oh, that's going to be spectacular. That's why everybody is gone. I can imagine. That must be massive. I want to watch that race after this one as well. But here we coming up the spoon, and we can see that Red K using all of the track, hits every single apex up the third, using all the curb on the outside, using every single bit of track without getting any penalties. Okay, we're gonna go into 130R, and this is gonna be a small lift and a little bit of a use of the curbstone on the inside, a bit of use of the grass, and yes, early on the throttle. Use the outside curb, brake around 100 meters, inside curb, and the outside curb as well over here. Keep it short to the line to make the shortest distance towards the line. And here we go with a 159.8. That's a lap. Meine Güte. Here comes Arno on those racing hearts. That's not going to be a really massive lap, but 2.2 of 202.5. That's not bad at all. We have Asylum 2.26, not bad as well, and a 2.6 from Bo as well. And let's see, J Gamer at 2.037. Ooh, that's a bit slower than the other guys up front. We have Le Doc June still in front of Steak. And for FRM, I can see right now. Is that correct? Here comes Steak towards the first corner. The outside is going to be a difficult one. Maybe Le Doc June will outbrake himself. No, he's not. And these guys are fighting all the way from the get-go. Now, of course, Steak had a bit of problems in the first lap, but so did Le Doc June. They've both started on the hard tires right now on the racing medium, so they have exactly the same strategy. Let's see a little bit further back, Ludo Racer on the racing hards as well. Apex on new racing mediums. Sorry, Diabolo. And then we have Apex also on new racing mediums. And right now, Aldo Opa on racing softs. And at a certain point, he was driving in 6th place. So it's not going his way. Had to make an extra stop because of that damage, but forgot to refuel. Now we have Tresgoul in 12th on the racing hards. Made his pit stop as well, but I think under fuel? Question mark? Well, let's see how big that gap is already. The number one is more than 11 seconds in front of Arno. That's huge in 2 laps. That's massive. But don't forget, it's the softest tire versus the hardest one. And everybody's a bit in no man's land. So we can use a little bit of rain over here as well. Michiel. And let's see if Bo is catching 203.0, 202.6, 202.7, 202.6. So yeah, Bo is slowly catching Asylum. Both on the racing hard tires. So is G-Man Gamer. Now do remember, the number one has to use the hard tire as well. And is probably going to switch to them quite soon. Because he's already a third through his soft tires. But what a laps. A 159.8 and a 2.0 flat. The last 2 laps. That's good, really good. And that gap is really building up, because on the hard tires, Arno can only produce 202s, half 202 highs. Behind that, Asylum can only do, or can do 202.6 to 203s, and behind that, Bo constantly in the 202 mid or high ones. And J-Man Gamer can only produce 203s on the hard tires. A little bit further back, still on the racing mediums, the Doc June. And Steak still right behind him. Now, this is the biggest of the closest fight we have on track right now. And these guys have been fighting since lap 1. Same strategy for them. We can see that Steak is faster, but Le Doc June has the muscle and has the power and can defend pretty good to keep Steak behind. And here comes that move towards the Casio triangle. Steak breaks a little bit later compared to Le Doc June, but couldn't make that move. Let's get on board with him. Is he going to be close enough for corner number 1? No, he's not. And I think that Lexus is just a little bit too fast in a straight line compared to the Lamborghini. Whoa, take a look at that. How much faster Steak can take that first 2 corners compared to Le Doc June. He's been held up massively so far. So let's see if he can pass him immediately or not. In the SS is always going to be difficult. Maybe he can force him into a mistake. Fake some moves. Show yourself in the mirrors. Here we come towards Dagna 1, Dagna 2. Underneath the bridge towards the hairpin. Allez, Ludo Racer. Yeah, Ludo Racer is doing pretty good. Made his first pit stop already. From the racing mediums towards the racing hards. Made a late pit stop. Is in 8th right now for Teams of Rising Spark. So welcome, Sap. Well, he's slowly hunted by Diabolo on the racing mediums right now. His strategy was racing hard, then racing softs, and is now on the racing mediums. Maybe he can finish his race already. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Let's quickly run you through the complete order. Now we have Red K with a gap of 15 seconds in the lead. Why? He started on the racing mediums and now on the racing softs. Pulling out a gap over Arno, who's in right now from the racing hards. And he's going to go to the racing mediums and is going to try to finish that one. That's going to be the same for Bo, who's in 4th right now. And we have J-Man Gamer coming in as well. And all are going to lose those hard tires. Then we have Le Doc June still fighting over 6th place together with Steak on the racing mediums. They're going to continue. And in 8th place we have Ludo Racer for Teams of Rising Sparks coming in as well from those racing hard tires. Here comes Diabolo. Made that stop earlier. Started on the hards, then went to the softs, and is now on the racing mediums. Let's see a little bit further back. Here we have Auda Opa on the racing softs. Has used them. Went into the pit already 2 times. Still has to use the hard tires. And then we have Tresgol all the way at the back for RDT on the racing hard tires. Now let's see. We've got Rat K in the lead, 22.9 seconds over the number 2 on the racing hard tires, the one who didn't stop yet. So that's going to be interesting. Will he stop this lap? And how far can Red K stretch those soft tires? He has enough fuel, but how long are those soft tires going to be okay? And I believe, Arno has to use the soft tires, of course. And that's going to be the same. Oh, he came out in 3rd. Then we have Le Doc June on the mediums and Steak in between. Then we have Bo on the racing softs. And Diabolo on the racing mediums. Then we have J-Man Gamer. Then we have Apex. Then Auda Opa. Ludo Racer in 11th. And Tresgul. So Ludo Racer made that stop, of course, as well. Did we lose somebody? No. Am I missing someone? No, it's still Asylum in front of everybody. And Asylum coming in right now. The number 2 is in. He's going to lose those hard tires as well. He's going to go to the softs. Hasn't used them. Has to use them. So let's see with Arno. He's going to pass him right now. It's already in 2nd. Here comes Le Doc June and Steak. Both still have to use the soft tire. Still are going to continue on the mediums. So the picture isn't complete. Not everybody made his pit stops yet. The mandatory 2 stops. because you have to use all tires. And let's see, for Red K now 34.2 seconds in the lead. That's a huge gap. But do remember that's going to come down right now because Arno is on the soft tires as well. And they're completely worn on Red K's car. And a little bit further back we have Le Doc June and Steak, who still have to make a pit stop. Bo already made all of his pit stop and he's past Asylum. Okay, so the undercut is powerful over here. But right now coming up to traffic. Well, it's for position, but do remember Le Doc June and Steak have worn medium tires and still have to make a pit stop, and we can see that Bo and Asylum have new soft tires. So there's gonna be a massive offset in pace over here. They come towards Spoon, and you can see how much faster Bo can. Here comes Steak finally on the inside, and this is going to be absolutely critical for Bo as well to pass them as quickly as possible. He bumps through Steak, and Steak, will he? No, he's going to choose it from Le Doc June. Are they going to go 3 wide towards 130R? This is going to be extremely difficult for everybody to hold it together. Let's see, and Steak backs out of it. That's smart of him. That's really smart of him. And Bo, is he immediately going to go for the move into the Casio Triangle? Here comes Asylum on the inside of Steak. Oh, a little bit too far back, and he made that move. Steak, beautifully done. And Bo is still behind Le Doc June, but Le Doc June is going to come in, so Bo had to drive around him, and that did not help for Bo. Lost a little bit of time over there. Now in third place, Asylum really close by, only 7/10 behind, and Le Doc June and Steak both still right behind each other. Here comes Diabolo, who passed them on the racing mediums, and we can see that in the background. J-Man Gamer has has a half-second penalty, is on the racing softs. Diabolo is on the racing mediums into corner number 1 and 2. A little bit further back right now we have Apex, who was in the shenanigans at the Casio Triangle of the first lap. Here comes Le Doc June on the racing softs, and here comes Ludo Razor also on the racing softs. In between Le Doc June and Steak, so right now they are separated, but still in the same order. And here comes Auto Opa, went from the racing the racing softs to the racing hards, and it's nearly all the way at the back. Only Tresgul is behind him on his out lap, so he made his pit stop the last lap, and I think Red K has to come in right now. Or is he still pulling out a gap over Arno? I think he's still pulling out a gap over Arno, so he's doing a massive good job. But he holds the inside, and he's gonna come in. Yep, here he comes, leader in, and let's see where he's gonna come out. And do remember, he has to use the hard tires right now until the end. So that's gonna be 6 laps for him on the racing hards. Here comes Arno, and is Red K already refueling? No, he's not. It's gonna be quite close. How much fuel does he have to put in? Only 37%. And now on the racing hards, here he comes out of the pit, and that gap is still going to be quite big. Here comes Red K into the first corner, and let's see, it's going to be 6.6, 6.2, 5.8, 5.6, 5.4, 5.3, 5.2, 5 seconds. That's going to be the gap between the number 1 and number 2 in the race. But here we are again. That's going to be a huge offset. Soft tires versus hard tires. And this is the first time Red K is going to be on those hard tires. And it's going to be a difficult one, because he started on the mediums, went to the softs, and now on the hard. It's going to feel like ice. Driving on ice. Because that gap's came down already half a second in just the S's alone. So we have Arno 4.5 seconds behind. And in third place right now. Good recovery from Bo, and is slowly pulling out a gap over Asylum in fourth, both on the racing softs. So we have the leader on the hards, and then the 3 behind on the soft tires. Then we have Diabolo for BAM Racing in fifth. Nice drive of him on the racing mediums. Behind that we have J-Man Gamer on the racing softs for Project D. Then in 7th place we have Apex for RWS on the racing mediums. Beautiful livery, by the way, really beautiful. And then we have Ludo Razor for Tours. That is your guy, Sap. Bonsoir, allez, Ludo Racer. Definitely. And he's in 8th place right now, past Le Dog June. So Le Dog June on the Racing Softs and Steak are both right behind each other. That is a gap of 2.8 seconds, but I think Steak can overcome that one. And then we have Auto Opa on the Racing Hards having trouble to turn that car. As I said, it feels like driving on ice when you've driven on the mediums and the softs. And then we have Tresgoul all the way at the back at 12th place. So let's get back to Arno and let's see how quickly he can bring down that gap. And driving 2 minutes flat. And let's see what Red can produce. The gap is 4 seconds right now. And is this the closest gap we have? No, behind here we have the fight for 3rd place as well. Still just a couple of tenths. And let's see if there is any offset. Yeah, that is quite a big offset in tire wear. If you look at the number 3 and the number 4. So we're silent with way better tires compared to Bull. And that's because he pitted out 1 lap or even 2 laps later. So this is going to be a fight for 3rd place. And let's see how big that fight is going to be for first. Gap under 3 seconds. And let's see if there are any other big fights. Yeah, for 3rd place we can see, and I think Le Dog June. Well, let's get a little bit further back. I believe that's for 8th place. Ludo Racer and Le Dog June. Ludo Racer for teams of Rising Sparks. And for FDR we have Le Dog June. Or FRM, sorry, FRM. And Le Dog June with way fresher tires compared to Ludo Racer. So this is going to be a fight for 8th place. The gap between the number 1 and number 2 is not big enough, but the gap between the number 3 and 4 is quite close. So we have to take a look at that as well. But we can see that this fight is the closest we have on track. And I think that fight for 1st place is gonna start up right now. So I have to pick and I have to choose. And that fight for 3rd place is on as well. I don't know what to choose. I don't know what to choose. But here comes the Doug June on Ludo Racer, as we can see on screen. And is he gonna make that move in 130R? Yes. Oh, he thought about it. Oh, that's difficult. You have to be already alongside, and he goes a little bit too wide because of that. Nearly lost it in 130R. You gotta be careful over there. You gotta be really careful over there. So the number 1 and number 2 closing up, and the number 3 and number 4 are really close. And behind that, the number 5 and number 6 is really close as well. And we have groups of cars. Here we go. And the Doug June is a little bit too far, so we're going to watch that gap. It's only 1 second between the number 1 and number 2. But if you look a little bit further back, that is a gap only of 7 tenths between the number 3 and the number 4. And if we look a little bit further back, we have a half-second gap between Diabolo and J-Man Gamer. So we have 3 fights really close together. But I think that fight for the lead, no, it's a little bit too far back at the moment. Let's see that fight for 3rd place. Is there going to be an overtake? No, it's not going to be. So let's go a little bit further back. I think J-Man Gamer has the best. I think he has the best option because Diabolo was on the racing mediums and J-Man Gamer is on the softs. Here we go, right in the slipstream through 200R, which is a curved flat section. Towards Spoon. Is he going to make that move? There is a defensive line of Diabolo, so he couldn't jump into the inside. Here he comes. What a beautiful move towards the second part of Spoon. Beautifully done. Whoa! And he thought it was a little bit too rough, and he let him go. That's nice. I thought it was fair enough, but I think there is a fight for the lead as well into turn number 1. Let's see. Here he comes. Arno on Red K. Hard tires versus soft tires. Only 2 laps to go. This lap and the next lap. Here comes Arno. He dives to the outside. And will Red K go a little bit too deep in towards the first corner? Here comes Arno on the inside. Whoa, a bit of a touch over there. Whoa, that was rough and tough. Archie Bargy. Oof. And I think there's going to be a bit of a complaint from Redkey. That was right on the edge of Arno. He dove. He dived to the inside over there. And let his car run a little bit too wide, I think. But let's see that again in a replay. Here it comes. Let's get on board with Redkey. Chase Cam Few. Here he comes. Holds the inside line. Oh, nice. Nice. And dives to the outside. Didn't thought Arno could make that move. Holds the line a little bit short in towards the first one. And here is a bit of net coating. Oh, yeah, okay. That's just a racing incident, in my humble opinion. So we can see right now that Arno is in the lead. He made that move stick on the racing softs. They're quite worn, but only one lap after this one to go. So we've got Redkey in second place on the racing hards. Then Bo still in front of Asylum in third place on the racing softs, but way more worn compared to Asylum. And a little bit further back, Diabolo still in front of J-Man Gamer. We saw that move, of course, and J-Man Gamer thought it wasn't really fair, so we let him go. That was in the second part of Spoon, last lap. A little bit further back, we have Apex all on his own, and Ludo Racer being followed still by Le Dog June. And we can see that the tires of Le Dog June are way better. And here comes Steak as well on those newer racing soft tires. A little bit further back, out of Opa all the way to the back, and then we have Tresgoul. So let's search for those fights. I believe we have for third place still between Bo and Asylum putting on a lot of pressure right now. A little bit further back we can see Diabolo and J-Man Gamer, and then that huge gaggle of cars for 8th place. So first of all, let's see into the first corner. Here we have Bo versus Asylum. There we're gonna go. Let's see who has the biggest balls, and if Bo is going to outbrake himself again into the first corner. Not this time, and now this time it's Asylum with that dirty air going a little bit too wide. This is the last lap too, remember that. So there are only a couple of opportunities for Asylum to pass Bo for third place. The last podium spot. A little bit further back we have Diabolo still in front of J-Man Gamer. And I think he can hold that. Oh, a bit of a wiggle over there from J-Man. A little bit further back, as I told you, Apex still on his own. And here we have that gaggle of cars for 8th place. Let's see who has the biggest balls out of these. And first of all, let's see where are the leaders on track. I believe they're over there. Yeah, okay. Everybody's still glued together. We can see Bo is still in third place, so let's keep an eye out for that. And let's see, J-Man Gamer is still in 6th. Okay. And Le Dog June we can see with that better tire, the soft tire, compared to Ludo Racer. Can he make that move coming out of Dunlop over here? And we can see Bo is still in third place, and the leaders are coming up the Spoon. Here comes the Dog June towards Dagna 1, a bit of a defensive line from Ludo Racer, and they're all Constantine together over there. Acid Harmonica, oh, Steak has to take avoiding action in Dagna number 2. And let's see, I think Arno is going to win this one. Bo is still in third place. And whoa, Le Dog June a little bit wide over there. Here we're going to go to the leaders. We have to see this. And it's going to be marginal on fuel and marginal on tires for Arno. But he made it stick. And let's see, here they come towards the Casio Triangle. Is this going to be the win for Arno? Yes, it is, I think. Here he comes out of the last corner towards the line, and it's going to be the win for Arno. Inferno Motorsport, then Sapphire, Redkey in second, and Bo held it together for DMC, the championship leader. Probably going to be a shared championship lead with Arno at the moment. Bo in third, and we have for RDT Asylum. Here comes Diabolo, held it together on the racing mediums for BAM Racing. Nicely driven. Nicely driven, but J-Gamer really puts up a good fight, and here they're gonna go side by sides toward the line, but it's still gonna be Diabolo, J-Man Gamer in 6th, and here comes Apex with a nice recovery drive after that shenanigans in lap number 1 in 7th. Then we have Ludo Racer still on the racing softs, and we can see that Steak finally passed Le Dog June right in front of the line, and after the line in 9th, Le Dog June in 10th, and Ludo Racer in 8th. Then we have DMC Auto Opa coming home in 11th. A bit of a disappointing race of him. Made a bit of a mistake. Had an incident with Ludo Racer. Had to repair damage. And made a mistake during the pit stop. I forgot to refuel. So here he comes home in 11th. And then we have Tresgoul into 130R. Oh, it goes a little bit wide that last time. Brakes over there for the Casio triangle. Doesn't even put in any effort anymore. Slowly comes towards the line. Has front bumper damage. So spun out somewhere as well. Nearly has no fuel anymore. And here he comes. Wow, what a race, guys. What a race, what a race, what a bloody good race. And there we have Arno. The number 21 from... Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Yes, here we are. There we have the results. So it's Arno coming home in first. Right on the edge of his tires and fuel. Just made it stick over the hard tires of Redkey. And Redkey in second, of course. Then we have Bo for DMC in third. For RDT, we have Asylum in fourth. Diabolo for BAM Racing. And then for Project D, we have J-Man Gamer. In seventh, we have the first one of RWS. Apex in seventh. And then in eighth, we have Team of Rising Sparks. Ludo Racer still has that incident with Outer Opa, who came in 11th, but Stake finally passed the Dog June. They were fighting the whole race constantly together. And at the end, on the line, took 9th place from Le Dog June. Outer Opa in 11th for DMC. We already told you that one. And then we've got Tres Cool for RDT in 12th. Whoa! What a race, guys. What a race. No rain, but really, really close battles and a lot of different strategies. A lot of mistakes, a lot of battling. Beautifully done. Really, really beautifully done. So yeah. Right now I'm going to say thank you all. Thank you all for joining in, tuning in, watching, being here, being there in the chat. Unfortunately, it was not Lobby A for me this time. Lobby B it was. And yeah. I'm going to say have a good one. And definitely going to see you next week. And that's probably going to be Lobby A again. And now I'm going to watch that one back as well. So have a good one. See you in the next one. Round number 3 on the Nürburgring. For the RWS V for Velocity. Have a good one. Thanks.